enjoy love, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's not easy, and I don't give a damn how much billions that she got. I hope he puts a baby in her soon.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce just got married, and already the world cannot help itself from asking the next question: when are the babies coming? It happened again this week, when a former NFL player weighed in with some heartfelt, if bluntly worded, advice for the newlyweds, and it has reignited a conversation that maybe, just maybe, everyone needs to slow down on for a minute. It seems like no matter how private a couple tries to keep their own lives, the moment a wedding ring goes on, the questions about children start almost immediately, as though marriage itself is only ever a stepping stone toward the next milestone, rather than a moment worth sitting in on its own. Here's what happened. Former NFL linebacker Channing Crowder, speaking on his own podcast, could not help but share his genuine hope for the couple's future. "I hope he puts a baby in her soon," Crowder said, "because they are going to lock in." He went on to talk about what marriage actually requires, acknowledging that it is not easy, that there will be disagreements, that every couple goes through hard stretches no matter how much money or fame is involved. But underneath the blunt phrasing was a genuinely sweet sentiment. Crowder was not trying to pressure anyone. He was speaking as a man who has been married for nearly 2 decades himself, someone who understands that love, real love, is what actually holds a marriage together long after the wedding day fireworks fade.
We've all been married, hell, damn, 20-something years. Yeah. I'm sneaking up on 20. I'm behind y'all boys. But, man, enjoy love, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's not easy, and I don't give a damn how much billions that she got. I hope he puts a baby in her soon, because they're going to lock in. But
he said as much himself, praising the couple for finding their person and pointing out that everyone eventually has to do the hard work of building a life together, no matter how many billions are involved. He even took a moment to push back on the people online who keep bringing up old exes and past drama, insisting that none of that matters once two people have genuinely found each other the way Taylor and Travis clearly have.
I love love. And now you see all the people talking this and that and all and try to bring up exes and all that stuff. Man, them people, I love how you said it. They found their person.
And that is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? Because Crowder's comment, however well-intentioned, is just the latest example of the entire world leaning in and asking what comes next before the confetti has even settled. Taylor and Travis got married 6 days ago. They spent their first days as a married couple tucked away in Montana, then flew out to California to celebrate a friend's wedding, and somewhere in between all of that, people are already asking about babies. It is a reminder of just how much scrutiny this couple lives under, how even a moment as personal and private as starting a family becomes public conversation before the couple themselves have said a single word about it. Maybe the healthiest response to Crowder's comment and to everyone else who is already speculating about the next chapter is simply to let them enjoy this one first. They just spent nearly 2 years building toward this wedding, guarding every detail like a state secret, and they finally got to have it exactly the way they wanted. They deserve a stretch of time where the only headline is that they are happy, married, and figuring out life together without the entire world immediately fast-forwarding to what comes next. Crowder's heart was clearly in the right place. He loves love, as he put it himself, and he is genuinely rooting for this couple to build something lasting. But there is something to be said for simply letting two newlyweds be newlyweds for a little while before anyone starts planning out the rest of their family tree for them. There will be plenty of time for baby announcements and family milestones down the road, if and when that chapter comes. Right now, 6 days into a marriage, this many people waited years to see happen. The most generous thing anyone can offer this couple is patience and maybe a little bit of quiet. Beyond Crowder's comment, plenty else has been unfolding around this couple since the wedding. Because the reactions from friends and colleagues keep pouring in, and Pat McAfee's has been one of the most enjoyable to watch. Pat and his crew could barely contain themselves discussing the wedding, treating the entire thing with the kind of unfiltered, gleeful energy that has made his show appointment viewing for years. There was no deep analysis, no dissection of guest lists or vow content, just pure, uncomplicated joy from a group of people who clearly adore Travis and are thrilled to see him settled with the love of his life. It is the kind of reaction that reminds you how many people genuinely care about this couple beyond the tabloid headlines.
Is Travis Kelce married?
I think so.
Congratulations! I'm sure there was something that I agreed to not talk about it. But from the things that I've been reading about other people talking about it that have like kind of, because there's no phones in there. There's no notes section, no writing of anything. So it's literally all just memory. Anybody that's saying anything negative about that place, now granted, shutting down parts of the city and that whole thing, you guys can have your thoughts on that. The event itself was like the most spectacular grand thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Elsewhere, Travis is reportedly navigating a much less lighthearted adjustment now that he is officially Taylor's husband. Because for all his instincts to protect her, to be the man who steps in front of danger and clears a path through any crowd, he is discovering that Taylor's security team, the professionals who have protected her for years, are still the ones calling the shots. Travis instinctively wants to guide her through crowds himself, to be the physical shield between his wife and the world. But within moments, trained security steps in and takes over, deciding where Taylor goes and who gets close. It is reportedly a genuine adjustment for a man built on instinct and spontaneity, someone who loves random plans and last-minute decisions. Now living inside a world where every movement has to be coordinated in advance. He understands why the precautions exist. He has seen enough to know the threats are real.
Did you get any pushback from the actual security guards about pushing them out of the way the one night?
Pushing them out of the way?
I mean, it's on camera, Travis.
I didn't push him. I placed my hand on the gentleman's back to let him know I was behind him. I feel like whenever I'm on a date, I'm always like having like the sense of like I'm a man in the situation. I'm like protective.
But there is still something humbling about learning that being her husband does not automatically make him the one in charge of her safety. And by every indication, he is choosing to trust the system rather than fight it. And on the football side of things, Travis just received a reality check of an entirely different kind. He landed at number 79 on the league's annual player rankings, voted on by his own peers, marking his lowest ranking since 2016 and a steep drop from number 37 just last year. It is a jarring number for a player who sat at number 5 as recently as 2023, and the timing stings given how many NFL stars just showed up in New York to celebrate his wedding. But the full picture is more complicated than one number suggests. He's still ranked among the top 5 tight ends in the league in most major statistical categories, including receiving yards and yards after the catch. Fellow players have continued to rave about him, with one description calling him an ageless wonder, still able to compete at a high level even as the years pile up.
He can tug a little bit of jersey, he can swipe by you.
My biggest thing with him is just his juice. When he makes a play, you're going to know he made a play. Like, he's going to let everybody know about it, for sure.
It's like he's out there playing basketball with little kids sometimes.
San Francisco's George Kittle praised the unique way Travis reads the game, and Colts tight end Mo Alley-Cox talked about the swagger Travis still plays with, the wiggle that makes him nearly impossible to cover even now.
His wiggle, like at the top of his routes, he always does this like show, like he has a little wiggle about him that he knows how to create separation.
He's doing crossovers, wiggling with his body to get your eyes off.
So while the number itself looks like a steep decline, the players who actually have to line up against him every week clearly still see one of the greats. Even Rams defensive back Quentin Lake weighed in, describing the way Travis moves through a route as almost unguardable, comparing it to watching someone play basketball with kids, effortlessly shifting his body to get defenders looking the wrong way. That is not the kind of praise typically reserved for a player in decline, which only makes the ranking itself feel like more of a formality than an accurate reflection of where he stands heading into this season. It is a strange stretch to be living through both deeply joyful and, in its own way, deeply scrutinized, married 6 days, and already fielding baby advice from former players, adjusting to a security dynamic that challenges his instincts, and absorbing a humbling ranking from his peers, all while trying to simply enjoy being a newlywed. Most people get to ease into marriage privately, working through the small adjustments away from any spotlight. Travis and Taylor do not have that luxury, and somehow, through all of it, the accounts from people who actually know them keep painting the same picture. Two people who are happy, who found their person, and who are simply trying to build a life together one day at a time, even while the rest of the world keeps trying to hand them a to-do list. Bringing it all together. This is where things stand. Former NFL player Channing Crowder offered heartfelt, if blunt advice, hoping the newlyweds start a family soon, reigniting a conversation that maybe deserves to wait until the confetti settles. Pat McAfee and his crew reacted to the wedding with pure excitement, while Travis is still adjusting to the reality that Taylor's security team remains firmly in charge of her safety, even as her husband. And on the football field, Travis received a humbling reality check in the league's new player rankings, even as his peers continue to insist he still plays the position better than almost anyone alive. 6 days into marriage, and this couple is already being asked about babies, watched over by professionals who answer to no one, and judged by rankings that cannot fully capture what they still bring to the game. Most people get to ease into marriage privately, working through the small adjustments away from any spotlight, free to figure out their own timeline for family, career, and everything in between without a running commentary from strangers. Travis and Taylor do not have that luxury, and somehow, through all of it, the accounts from people who actually know them keep painting the same picture. Two people who are happy, who found their person, and who are simply trying to build a life together one day at a time. Through all of it, maybe the simplest thing anyone can do right now is exactly what Crowder in his own way was suggesting. Let them have this. Let them enjoy being married before the world moves on to the next headline. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.